Hey guys, Ryan Dement. I hope you guys are having a great day. Yesterday we talked personal finance. Step one, expenses. Step number two today is debt. And today, in a article that I read that's on my screen from MarketWatch, American household debt continues to march higher, driven by one major factor. Guess what the one major factor is? Even though there's two, home purchases during this time, because home purchases are through the roof in cost wise and interest rate. It's now costing us more each month to have a mortgage. Then you think, oh, why don't I just go rent? Well, guess what? There's a thing called rent inflation, and it is up almost 20%. And typically, rent inflation is a lagger. So, what happens is it takes it longer to come to the crest when everything else is starting to hit that inflation. And so, what's going to happen? It will recede later. So, you'll continue to pay rent as it continues to go up, while home buyers will start seeing a little bit of relief down the road. The second thing that this article talks about, and I will link it in the show notes. I'm entertaining today. Thank you very much. Is credit card debt. And the exact amount they talk about for credit card debt. Credit card balances, despite experiencing the largest quarterly increase in 22 years in the fourth quarter of 2021 and remaining $71 billion higher than they were in the first quarter of 2021, also decreased in the most recent quarter. They're saying it decreased, but if you read further down, then they talk about the benchmark interest rate that was increased by 50 basis points is now costing Americans more because interest rates will continue to be raised on credit card debt because it's an unsecured debt. And like I've talked before, your lender, your bank, your credit union, whoever you get your credit card through, they are going to continue to raise their interest rates so they can keep their margins. They have to keep their profits. They have to make sure they're whole. Guess who ends up paying it? You and moi. So guess what has to happen? Credit card debt has to go away. And that is step number two. Focusing in on your credit card debt. If you have a student loan, you have a personal loan, and you have a car note, all three of those more than likely are fixed interest rates. They're not going to change. Those are close-ended close-ended loans, and those will all stay the same. Your credit card debt will not. So we're going to focus on credit card debt in this video, and I'll make it brief and short because you can reference all the other videos I've spoken about credit card debt. Two methods you can use. Snowball method, which you start paying off the smallest debt first, paying your minimum payments on your other debts, and you continue to pay off your debts in that order. Avalanche. Avalanche is the method of I don't want to pay more interest, so I'll take the highest interest rate credit card and pay it off first. I don't know about you, and I've said this many times, I'm an instant gratification type of a guy. The avalanche method did not work for me when I paid off my credit card debt. I needed to do the snowball method. I want quick wins. I want to be able to see that I'm paying off debt and I'm moving my life forward. If you're worried about the numbers and that's what you're focused on, avalanche is your method. But the one thing both of these have in common, taking action. If you do not take action, you will not get yourself out of debt. And guess what? You're going to continue to pay more interest over time, which with inflation, which is coming out tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to show us that your dollar is still being affected by inflation at a substantial percentage. So unless you're getting a 10 or 15% pay increase, or you received one when you changed jobs, then you're doing well. But right now, the average wage increase across the United States from the month of March was 5.5%. Inflation is at 8.5%, so you're losing 3%. So you're thinking, 3%, not a big deal. Start adding that up. On 100,000, starts adding up. On 50,000, it's even a bigger number. You have to find a way to take action, guys, today and start paying off your credit card debt. If you need help, reach out. I'll be more than willing to talk to you. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll talk to you guys on the other side. Have a good one.